definitely important.
Oh, you're recording? Okay, good.
Yes, there we go. Welcome everyone to the second attempt at the dev play and Q&A session for the Chaos mode. We are now actually getting started. Everything seems to be working alright. Hello everyone in the chat and also on Discord. We will be watching the thread there as well. Taking questions from both. Let me set the actual game visible. There we go. We are all ready to go for the first match, and we already ran a poll last time for what mode we are actually going to be playing next in the Chaos mode. It's just that the stream ended abruptly before we got to play that mode, but Bomberjam was winning, so we are going to be starting with that one. And here is the poll for what we're going to play next after this.
I'm also keeping score, so you know there's a lot of pressure to play well now.
This is your plan to pit everyone here against each
other. You better lead into the Helena meta.
So, hello. Nice to see so many people in the chat this time. We seem to have everything working correctly, so that's a nice improvement. How is everyone? Hello, Prince Lahar.
Looking at the random maps, I noticed that Sora actually has the Treasure Islands disabled and also Shipyard. I gotta say, I'm not sure if this will be all that good of a... Actually, no, you can do this. Because you can... man.
No way, someone other than me playing Summer Tome.
Oh man, this would be such a good map for the Helena farming though, honestly.
So let's see who has the best instinct for bomb placement.
I forgot for a moment what mode we were playing. Go me.
So I already saw there was some question on Discord, let's see. Yeah, there was actually one question right before we started. Mage asked about Fruitbat Indirect. Is there one planned eventually? I was just discussing that earlier, and I think we are actually going to have a small one next week. So you can probably look forward to that. Hello, eating some sushi. Hope it's good. Hello, happy. Glad you are happy.
Oh, you can jump between the left side and the right side. This map is kind of funny. I mean, it doesn't seem all that useful, but you could do it, I guess.
And Draco takes the first hit.
First of many, I'm sure.
Yeah, Devilman also asking, will we get another Fruitbat Factory Indirect soon? And yeah, I think we are going to have a small one next week. Probably toward the end of the week. Have to see what I can prepare for it. But I think it's a good timing for it. Miracle it, Master of the Guild Chaz. Good luck. Nice explosions. Only the best player hasn't been hit by bombs yet.
Of course. It's clearly Press, because he's not even down the field.
None of you are the best player because none of you trust in the Helena meta.
I need to play Helena more, to be honest.
Erin asks...
She's like unironically so good in Bomber Jam though, because at high normas you can farm stars with her, it's awesome. Or just dashing backwards and landing on home again.
Erin has a question about the plushies. Any news on a date for the plus line or who will be in it? Yeah, I was actually just saying last week when the stream died that the plushie prototypes are completely finished. So we just need to do the final check. We are waiting for them to get mailed to us, so we can do the live testing for them. But there shouldn't be any major changes left to make. So I think we are actually going to be setting up the Kickstarter for the next plushies very shortly. As for the lineup, I think I actually gave a small teaser about that in one of the previous live streams, but I don't know if anyone noticed it. So if somebody is curious, they can go check through all the previous ones and maybe they'll see it.
Is that really floppy Popo that I showed them in the picture once?
No, it wasn't that one.
No, unfortunate. No floppo Popo.
Big floppo. And Short is asking, what will be offered on the Kickstarter or unknown? I think we are going to be following a fairly similar format to the previous one. There are some changes, but nothing like super major. So the main thing is of course going to be the plushies, and we are also going to have some new wall scrolls. Those are the main things. But if you have some suggestions for like small add-on kind of things you would like to see there, feel free to pitch them to us.
We need to find out who the person was who bought the 100 plushies in the first one. I've always wondered. Who is that one person? Why haven't they taken the picture of me drowning in a swimming pool of popos?
But I can say that the new plushies are looking super cute. They've gone through very many revisions to make them look as cute as possible. And the result is very nice. There was especially one that was giving us a lot of headache, picking out the correct colors, but in the end we found something that works nicely.
I can't believe they're gonna add the rainbow colored circle to the next plushie.
Oh, this could be slightly dangerous. Okay, I'm still safe. Hello, wants character keychains. Devilman asks, any news about Alison around the game? I'm afraid not. And it's not really something that they would necessarily be up to us to announce. Like, you should probably ask Orange Juice for any news about that.
I do hope that game eventually gets released, because at least based on the characters, it seems so intriguing.
Lahar is asking by feel free to send us ideas streaming after the Kickstarter is launched or before. Well, basically before. I mean, of course, in theory we can still add stuff after it's launched, but it's a little harder. Because at that point things are kind of moving fast. Oh yeah, I didn't actually do introductions for our crew yet. This time we have Sora, Press, Issa Yanako in the lobby. You're in the voice chat at least. We have Super Dragonite, Rocco, and Bob Burlington. So that's our crew for now.
Most of the same folks as first stream.
Missing Fly though.
Fly is not with us this time around.
Rest in peace.
You say that like she was swatted when she very definitely was not. We probably just had an appointment with a nearby fruit.
I've not been paying attention to the game, but wow, people have really not been playing that much. Too.
To be fair, this is a bigger
That's just
map,
what
so
this
it takes
map
longer
is
than
like,
that.
yeah.
So far I'm doing okay avoiding the bombs, but I'm not making that much progress at actually winning the game. That could be a problem down the line.
There. I keep landing on drop panels today.
And like the previous times, assuming we don't run into any unexpected technical issues, we are planning to stream for 2 hours again. Which will probably translate to about 3 matches, I would guess. Since we are kind of slowpokes.
The ham we're now in
Oh no,
the danger zone.
I was finally hit. Short is asking any future plans for adding hyper animation to characters. If I got the one I'm hoping for Sherry. Yeah, absolutely. You can expect to gradually see more animations for characters who don't have one yet. And Erin is asking any approximate date for Bounty Hunt Rebirth. Oh, it's my turn.
About the best we could say is eventually.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think soon is more accurate.
Yeah, I think we went to like kind of soon, basically.
Yeah, I think it's like the next big thing on the to-do list. And we are going to have a open beta for when we actually do the rework to see how the changes are working before we actually make it live.
Then the known issues will doubles in size.
Of course, it's a 6.
Sora just doing nothing for a few seconds. It's like, well, I can't die if I don't press any buttons.
Delaying the inevitable.
Miracle is asking any plans to revisit co-op again. Well, it depends on what you mean by revisit. I would be surprised if there won't be like more co-op content down the line. But I think when it comes to something like a rework, I would say we got in a pretty decent position with the last thing, so I wouldn't expect any big changes coming anytime soon. I am down.
Yeah, you know, next summer they're gonna add like the Ropochi for the summer co-op. It's going to be big the swimming beast.
Erin says suggestions on winter outfit that's aren't holiday themed but rather just like warm clothes, gloves, scarves, coats. So basically like the what we have for the winter pack for Sukuri and Hime.
And the winter pack is great, by the way. I say with no bias, considering the character I'm currently playing as.
It honestly is though. It's just like it keeps getting more cosmetics even when it's surprisingly well maintained. It just keeps getting more stuff whenever like the base characters actually get more stuff, so which is really cool.
Well, thanks for the suggestion. I guess it is kind of a design niche that we don't have that many outfits in at the moment. And Short is asking any consideration for giving Shiri a school outfit for the next School Crushers. You wouldn't be mistaken if you think we plan the outfits that far ahead, since we just rerun School Crushers. So I guess we will just see when we are rerunning it again. Since the events usually get updated with some new cosmetics, it's possible, but it's really too early to say.
And then they retire School Crashers at the end.
And we do have a thread on Discord as well, so if someone is listening from there, you can ask questions in that chat as well. And we are keeping an eye on it. Amazing rolls. There go my wages. Speaking of new hyper animations, I think that was the most recent one we added, right?
Yep, that was one of the more recent ones.
Daichobu is asking, are there plans to display the mouse over numbers, health and rec of KO players in front of the chapter number so it can't be blocked? In front of the chapter number. Uh,
Was that bomb that killed me and you got nothing out of it?
I'm not entirely sure
I tried.
what that refers to exactly. And Fufu is asking, when will Mary Popo materialize in the real world? You are assuming she hasn't already. So that joke says, like if you die in front of the deck. So I take it that if you die in front of the deck and you do the mouse over for the info, then chapter number will be over it. I'm not sure if that's ordered in the bug tracker. It seems like it's a small thing that we should probably fix.
And now it is time to make a custom map in which you...
Zephyr Dragon Lord says, I don't remember that binding change animation, it must have been very recent. And yeah, it was. When did we add that? It wasn't long ago.
It was recently.
Guess I can find out in the patch notes.
It's time to make a map where that only has people on front of the deck and then kill someone to see what happens.
Yeah, it was in 3.9.5, so in February. So not very long ago at all. Hello says Mary Popo is in the real world. Socks that disappear from your laundry is proof of this, since she's stealing your clothes. Indeed, indeed.
Thought I would. I guess that makes more sense than the dryer eating them.
Popo dryer. It's the next after the next wave of plushies, that's the next thing. It's orange juice home appliances.
I just pictured a washing machine and dryer that are decaled to look like Popo.
You know, like, you ever have those, like, see those washing machines that, like, sing when they're done or something, but it's like it makes Popo sounds?
Oh, nice to hear. Daijob is saying, I first installed the game on the current patch. It's quite an experience. So we have a new player here. That's very nice. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time.
Glad to hear the new player experience seems to be quite positive.
Have you been playing the Chaos mode? Fufu says, Popo is so small that the socks are clothes for her. True. Daijob says, I don't know, I just play what people are hosting. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, there's the normal mode, then there's the co-op mode, and in this patch there's the current Chaos mode that we are playing now, with all kinds of weird rules, but since you are a new player, it might not be that obvious what is like weird rules and what's the normal game mode.
There's also the bounty hunt mode, which it's functional, but it's not in the best state of things, which is why there's plans for the
Yeah.
rework.
80 hours in 1 week, wow, that's pretty crazy.
80 hours, oh, that's insane. shaping him to be the new Sarah Dynasty.
Indeed, don't overdo it. And Laharl says, I still feel betrayed. Heavenly Kings wasn't real. Maybe next year.
Self-destruct.
Well, see ya.
We have a very tricky lore question from Bazooks. How organic are the Sigurithra cast? Do any of them have machines inside them? That's a very in-depth question. I don't have like a full answer to give that right away, but it's fair to say that, for example, Nut does have some machinery since he's able to integrate to different kind of extensions. The original games aren't super specific about the kinds of modifications that the different characters received, so it's difficult to say if they have like some cybernetics or not. But at least for Nut, we can fairly safely say the answer is yes. Daichob says, I'll be sure to play it before event ends. Yeah, this event is actually a little unusual because it doesn't have any rewards, so you don't need to worry about actually finishing it. There's nothing to finish. And also, while I got here, I just want to say thank you for saying none of the unlocks are permanently disabled. That's a good motivation. Yeah, that has always been one of like the design principles, that we try to make none of the content permanently missable. Of course, that doesn't mean that all the content is available all the time either. But we will like eventually rerun all the events or make their contents available in some way.
Definitely one of the great aspects of this game.
Oh, but there is one thing, I guess. You gotta make sure that when the event ends, your tokens end in multiple of 3, or else you will always have like 1 or 2 tokens remaining, and that's terrible.
No, no,
You
make
say
sure you have
always,
1
but
token left
maybe
after
they'll
it ends.
Maybe they'll rerun this event and then you...
Well, I
And
mean,
then even more people will be off.
it
by
might not
then,
happen.
so-
Remember, they reran the chocolate for the sweet gods or whatever, and they didn't change the take tokens to 4.
Yeah,
Like
but
last
they
year.
did did run Fool's Gambit, and that allowed it.
Erin asks, do you think we could ever get pets in game that are plushies? Popo plush in the game as a pet, for example. I would add you're a blueberry pet. Don't we have a Leo pet in the game?
We do.
So I guess the answer is we kind of do already, but I guess they would like to see like more different plushie versions of the characters as pets. So that could be
Even if
something
they
for
don't
like a
change
whole
it,
new
they
series
can
of pets,
always
maybe.
modding it.
Punchy pet catcher.
Oh yeah, Haunted Doll, I guess that counts as well, even though it's a bounty hunter monster. But it is technically a... well, it's a doll. I don't know if it's quite a plushie, but... Plushie pet catcher. Oh yeah, Star Devourer as well. But, I mean, I guess it kind of looks like a plushie, but it's not really a plushie, it's just like a tiny cute version.
Make sure to feed it stars, otherwise it might be biting your ankles.
Oh, and that's kind of funny to think about because I remember people were joking about like plushies before or whatever. But like, if there's actually like a Krilla plushie, then that means that there actually would be like a plushie.
A plushie with a plushie.
Well, like in the April Fools like patch notes, there was like something saying that there's going to be plushies for the plushies. But then like, if there's a Krilla plushie, then actually that would be the case.
Yeah, because Krila is a Krila without Leo.
Yeah.
Erin says on the same note of pet catchers, the bounty hunt pet catcher has no mouse pet, and that makes me sad. Well, it's just that no one was able to catch mouse.
Yeah, imagine the mouse pet being like, like the golden TF2 golden wrench of this game. There's like one in existence.
Oh lordy.
It's on the community
Don't
market
tempt the
right now for
marketplace.
$1,000.
Do not tempt the marketplace.
Lahar is saying, I've sticking around on the Wave 2 page and on that it said, at this point in time we have successfully run 3 separate Kickstarter campaigns. I know one was Wave 1, what were the other 2? We had one for 7 days. What would have been the first one? We had one like a crowdfunding project for 99 Spirits ages ago, but that was an indie go. What was the first one we had on Kickstarter again? Oh yeah, we had one for 2 shots on Kickstarter, yeah. I think that was our first actual Kickstarter campaign. 2 shots to first graduation. Then it was 7 days. And then was the plushies. Oh, very important note. Ken reminded me, very adorable GIF overlays for this stream. I completely forgot about those. Oh, that was a big explosion. Let's see what I can rectify this terrible mistake.
Was disappointing.
The Petival 27 asks, when Chaos mode ends and we get Bomber Jam again, will it be tweaked to account for how broken the mode is for characters like Iru? Of course, no pressure. Yes, kind of fun. Well, balance isn't really our highest concern with this game mode, to be honest.
Yes, compared to actual full modes like co-op and bounty hunts, these are kind of like, you know, small fun modes. So it's like, you know, we adapt the bounce to OJ's regular rule set. So it's now that we have all these modes that tweak it a bit, of course you'll find some variants, like some characters being a bit too good, some being a bit too bad. But we could keep an eye over, of course. I mean, suggestions for that would be fine, but like just expect some intrinsic brokenness or maybe some underpoweredness depending on the character. That's just many modes, right?
I think part of the charm of the mode is the slightly unexpected nature, and you never know what crazy strategy you might discover.
Oh man, seeing the GIF on the stream just made me afraid because I was just reminded of how when I was like tracking who won every single game in the dev streams, there was like some games where the GIFs were so humongous and they were covering everything up, and I was like, who even won this game? I can't even tell by looking at it.
I think there was a question from General Zacian that was missed. Should we expect any more cards, or could we expect more cards anytime soon?
Oh, I see. I did totally miss that.
Of course, we add new cards every DLC.
Ah, yes. But I do think we are going to have another community card pack this year as well. Should expect that. Those have always been pretty fun undertakings. And because they don't add that many separate cards, they don't have like a huge effect on the game balance, so they're kinda okay.
Question in the Discord from Mage. How soon will we be hearing about the next set of characters added?
Well, we might have I mean, probably we'll have a small Fruitbat indirect next week, so there might be something there. Short asked if Siri were to become a plushie and her plane was also a product, would her plane be the flying red barrel form or the edit mixed juice form? Asking the very important questions.
Well, whichever one is chosen, Pete would be jealous, I'm sure.
Most likely. But it might not be a plane at all either. Could be something else. Daijope asks, is an enemy unit voice back a possibility? Yeah, definitely. Well, yes,
We already have them.
Yes, yes. Let's get managing.
No, please.
But yeah, in all seriousness, it is a possibility. It's a little less straightforward than the usual ones. Due to the enemies not really speaking, but it's something we have discussed.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that was all.
Okay. You know, am I the only one who has ever thought of English voice acting? Just me? Okay.
You're definitely not the only one. There was somebody in the modding channel that was working on a mod to add in English.
Oh, I know that project.
English lines for everybody. For a lot of questions, which was interesting.
It could be interesting, but I think it would add so much workflow that I'm not sure it's very feasible.
There's a comment from the Betty Val 27. Character with card that can only roll between 1 and 4 be interesting with a similar D4. Just wondering how the devs would feel about that as a mechanic.
Well, personally, I think it wouldn't really be different enough to be that interesting compared to like Lucky Sevens.
I mean, you're making a whole character around that mechanic, so because of a lower roll of variance, you'd have to like maybe compensate elsewhere, maybe stats, but along those lines, yeah.
Give this character 5 wreck so they cannot revive on the first turn no matter what.
Wow.
That's evil.
Ooh, who won? I must write this one down.
I did.
Let's see.
Nice. I mean, it's not nice that I didn't win, but now I'll have to see what the poll says for our next game mode. Looks like we are going to be playing Max Tension next.
Ooh boy, that'll be fun.
And let's remove Bomber Jam from the list for the next poll.
Press wants to fight Sora.
Oh wait, I just realized I just
Okay.
like
Here's the next poll to decide which game mode we are going to be playing after this.
I just found my next I just found my like archives from the last dev stream, and I realized that like when I was keeping score, Fue actually didn't win that many games, but then I realized that he actually won the game that was like cut off partway because the stream ended. But I'm not counting that one because it wasn't on the stream, so like, you know.
Max Tension. Well, definitely not this one. This could work. Mooklamp is asking, I was thinking, since you guys officially have the rights to OJ series soundtracks, is there a possibility for physical prints of the soundtracks in the future? Interesting question. Like, we don't do a lot of physical merchandise because the volume is kinda low, like for normal stuff, but in theory that could be something that could be used on a Kickstarter as an add-on, for example, I suppose. So it's something to think about. Although those soundtracks aren't like for 100% orange juice, so they wouldn't be like that exactly related for a Plushie campaign, for example. But maybe we could make one for Ultimate Weapon Girl, for example.
Hey, here's something else we did this patch. This field has a field intro song now.
Oh yeah.
This is a song I really liked a lot. It kind of blew my mind when I first heard it, so I was like, well,
Well, that's a good thing, because it's a pretty good song.
General Zazian says, the Shopaholic and Knights and Fairies mods have gotten me back into Bounty Hunt. That's nice. Yeah, I think the mod has a lot of potential. It's just currently not living up to its full potential, so we hope to address that and make it more popular in the future.
I know that Sora had a lot of ideas for it, and I look forward to seeing those come together.
Eventually.
oh no, it begins. The Sora. I just noticed the Sora on the top right. That's already blocking one of the characters.
I mean, it's Sora where Sora is. It's kind of fitting.
True.
Sort is asking, any consideration for running a quote slot under online player cards? Ah, you mean like the player avatars in the lobby? Quote slot. I guess those could be like something like a voice line by one of the characters or something. Not something I've considered, but it's not a terrible suggestion either. It might make them a little too busy though with the current design.
There is already a lot. There can be a lot of information on some of the cards, especially with some of the.
Well, not information. We are talking about the player avatars in the lobby, but there's a lot of like visual stuff on those at the moment.
Yeah, there is.
Maybe it could be like when you know when you like join in the lobby and it like says a word in their voice line. It could be like something like that, where you change what sound it makes when you come in.
Yes.
Guide the chicken, I dare you.
Daijobu says, I'm thinking more like Street Fighter quotes, just a general message that introduces you. I'm not familiar with that particular implementation, but can look into it.
This is raining.
Yeah, I guess that would be kind of like the titles that we have in actual editions of Sugurichu.
They should add tilt controls to Saki's Bakery, you know. That would be great. There's someone in the chat said I'm using tilt controls.
We have to add a custom periphery for Whack-a-Popo, where you actually whack the popos.
Oh no.
Many folks are getting motion control support.
Fish a fish.
I think if you play on Steam Deck, you can actually add motion control support for controlling it. It's not doing that by default because I don't think it's that great of an idea, but I think you can actually do it.
That's amazing.
Zoe, your idea sounds similar to the fishing in Sonic Adventure 1, which was not great.
Big the Jonathan's fishing, let's go.
Yes, that's exactly what we need, a second fishing event.
Well, I mean, imagine if we had like a fish boss or something as a co-op, and then like you have to damage it by playing fish a fish.
Cool, fish a fish, that sounds amazing.
Everyone, I'm sure there will be no controversy to this at all, especially if it shows up on the random boss and who's selector.
And there won't be any normal gameplay, the whole battle is just like everybody is fishing the whole game.
It's like a 10-minute fishing game, and if you don't kill the boss, that time you lose.
I picture that the boss itself is just like a bodybuilder fish.
That could be something we can add in next April.
The hardest level 3 part that the boss has is just that it makes you have to catch a sugary fish, and that's it.
Short is asking, can we get a badge so pin on the top right of our player cards like the devs have, but for Plushie or Kickstarter supporters? Well, we do have some. I mean, we have general plans to make those pins available in some way to everyone, but we don't really plan to put them behind like paywall content like that.
And for a $1,000 DLC that just gives you a pin.
Then again, if you buy the Popocalypse, it might come with a special 1,000 Popo pin for your profile. It might look like one Popo, but it's actually 1,000 Popos stacked on top of each other.
Popo's in the shape of a popo.
This game just really wants you to self-destruct.
General Slashion says sometimes fish is just free wins for bullies. Well, the thing is that the fishing event takes time, so the rewards are adjusted for that. Basically, the total length of a game with a fish event should be the same as a normal game without it, so that's why you'll get both stars and wins from it. So basically, the game will last fewer chapters with fish in it, but the total actual duration when measured in time should be about the same. If you weren't able to get wins from fish, then it wouldn't really serve that purpose, because people going for wins would just be delayed by the game mode instead of being able to progress.
Alright, you Spellbreaker players. Ooh, says add infinite fish to the arcade.
Infinite fish, and if you get like 10,000 points, then you'll get a pin for it.
Yeah, when are we going to add leaderboards to the arcade?
I'm just imagining like the Pikachu leaderboards. You just have someone with like eating mushrooms in there or something.
Yes, but there's a combo in the grill, and if you can get all the fish that are shown there, you'll get a point bonus.
And also, or if, alternatively, if you fish up the same type of fish multiple times in a row, you'll get a point combo.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, but if you can keep fishing the same fish, you'll get more and more points from them. So there are several different ways you can get bonus points.
I think I've gotten like a 5 combo for the same type of fish once.
I think 5 combos like the max or something.
I think going for like lots of jellyfishes is the most doable actual combo, because they usually don't move that fast.
Yeah, that's what I try for sometimes also. Most of the time it's like if there's the sugary fish, the last grill fish, I would just stop going for it because you cannot go for that fish on purpose. It's impossible.
I've gotten it by accident multiple times.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I try to combo for the clams and stuff, and then I would just hope to get it by mistake, and then yeah. That's my strategy.
Yeah, tune in for the best fishing tips. Yeah, during the event there's also a puffer fish swimming in the pool, and if you can catch it you both get extra points, and also it's going to unlock a puffer fish pet.
Press is really leaning hard into the win. Win star.
Yeah, with 1 star.
And the seagull put him down.
You see, he knew he was gonna die to the seagull, so he actually shot the rocket so he wouldn't have to lose any stars from.
Daijobu says, I run out arcade tokens so fast. I can imagine, but if you play a bit, then actually you get them quite fast. I think I have probably like 2,000 of them at the moment.
Goodness gracious.
I always spend them immediately after I get them. Mostly because I keep trying to get the ponycorn, so it's
I should do like a stream where I just pull pets one of these days.
2-hour unboxing stream.
Indeed.
That's our next dev stream.
Oh yeah. Not a bad idea, to be honest. Dev unboxing stream. Yeah, I'll pull the hidden mouse pet.
I don't fear you, Press.
Of course you say that, yet Sora's the one in the lead right now.
Average always a player. Always winning the game. I like that wasn't even the first to going to attack or anything. He just shot Sora for like basically no reason. Despite. QP just kind of approaches up the top. Okay.
The taunts.
Short is asking, will we be seeing more OG updates related to Flying Red Barrel, or will they be changing direction? Have there been like a lot of updates related to Flying Red Barrel?
I mean, there are a lot of Flying Red Barrel DLCs. I think that might be what, like recently there are multiple DLCs with like 2 Flying Red Barrel characters, stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess in terms of characters that have been added, there's been a lot of Flying Red Barrel recently. Which has a very simple explanation, because we only released Flying Red Barrel on Steam quite recently. So we have had some catching up to do with the characters after that. But I'm sure there's going to be other stuff as well.
Just Cassie's got a peace and tranquility QP. And yes, it is.
Loki was hoping for self-destruct to
Weak.
happen again there.
Yeah, sort of asking, just curious if we were still getting more in that direction, just to finish things up with characters already in game, like Sherry. Well, we don't really have that kind of goal either to like finish up with the characters. So I'm sure there's going to be more Flying Red Barrel stuff in the future as well, but there's also going to be other stuff. And Nigel is asking, where are you supposed to start with OJ's mobs? That's a good question. I don't think there's really like any specific point where you need to start. Like all of the games are pretty fun to play standalone, although I would probably play QB Shooting Dangerous before Xmas Scramble because they are very similar technically, but Xmas Scramble is much harder, so it's like a hard mode that you should probably play after QB Shooting. And Flying Red Barrel is very different from the other shmups in the way it plays.
I heard it can be quite challenging if you're not used to how it plays.
I feel like something that got me when I first started playing Flying Red Pearl was that the rockets or whatever is something that you should probably try to use as much as possible, but at first I was trying to save them up, but that's not really how it
Yeah,
works.
that's a very easy beginning mistake in the game. You really need to lean into those rockets, and once you get the flow for how they work, it becomes a very different game.
I guess there's like the stereotype of in 100% orange juice spamming the rockets, but this is like actually what you have to do in the game.
Yeah. And yeah, make sure to vote in the poll for our next game mode as well.
That's what you get.
Fortunate, the stagnation of the windstorm.
Let's hope for something good. Oh. Well.
Ooh, the curse of quick restoration did not get you this time.
Not my fault there was a hole in the wallet.
I got scared for a second. The stream like lagged for a moment and I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
That was her burning the stream.
No blazing for you.
Oh dear.
Oh,
3 attack.
ease attack rolls. Oh no. Well, I'm still alive.
Your home's right there, thankfully. And then you roll a 1 and get managed. Ooh. Press is back in it. Ooh.
My nemesis. You win this time, bro. Joe is asking, I'm guessing QB shooting is completely unbuyable now. Not entirely correct. I believe you can buy it on at least DL site in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the OG games are available in Japanese on DL site, DRM free as well.
I don't know if there's even the I remember back in the day I was able to just run the EXE directly, even when I had the games on Steam. And I could play it without even having Steam open. Like mixed juice and stuff, I played like that, because back when I played the game on Wine, I was not able to actually do it launching it from Steam for some reason.
Everyone is asking the hard questions.
A long way since then, that's for sure.
Who is your favorite character? As in me personally. Not necessarily your best, but just your most fun to play. That's a very hard question to answer.
I always thought it was Popo.
Well, she's definitely pretty fun to play. I might actually like playing mixed Popo more than normal Popo though.
Oh well, press.
Warping all over the place is kind of fun. Especially when you get several hypers going.
Dagnabbit.
Sora's getting away with it.
And Short is asking, any consideration for giving anyone else a hybrid team? Like the card is played and the team ends when the player's turn with the hybrid is over. If you're talking about like older characters, it's probably a smaller consideration than, for example, adding them hyper animations. But when we add new characters and evaluate what to do for them, then I guess it's part of the kit for the kind of things that can be done.
I'm not giving you the win.
Lahar is asking, what's everyone's favorite ice cream flavor? Well, I can start with chocolate. Easy enough. The more chocolate, the better.
Using cream here.
In fact, just make it 100% chocolate, no ice cream. "100% chocolate or speed of game," indeed. What about everyone else?
I already gave my answer.
What was it?
I said cookies and cream.
Ah, okay. I think my favorite might be a mint chocolate chip. Yeah.
It has chocolate, so I approve.
I need other people to answer. I'm writing this all down so I can have a
We're the
reward.
same again.
For real?
Yeah.
Alright then.
Sort of asking, will we be seeing a new map this season or this year, or can I say for sure? I'm sure there's going to be more than one map like in the future.
The duel continues.
Apparently I'm very hard to get leaks out of.
Ooh. So much for that. I'm not gonna let you get the win, but unfortunately Jacob found the chicken anyway. MC. Poor Joel. That was actually the seagull that killed him earlier, wasn't it?
It was.
GG. Looks like Draco
And,
wins this time.
Yes.
I made off with Press's wallet and Sora's and the money that got stolen from Sora.
Oh. Looks like the next mode that one is Dynamis Dice. So that's gonna be interesting.
Ooh, interesting indeed.
And this is gonna be like that one stream where, like, there was one stream where Sora won like every single game. It's gonna be like this, but with Draco.
Well, that's automatically out of the question because I swapped out to let Zoe in.
Oh well.
I think this is probably going to be the last one because it's already 15 past and it's a pretty slow mode. So I won't be running another poll for now. Let's see who is going to win this most tactical game mode in 100% Orange Juice ever conceived.
Time for the new co-op boss, Chess Coach, which gives you permanent Dynamis dice. It's a really overpowered boss.
Now I kind of want to see OJ's take on chess now.
Well, I know Tango made like drew a thing once of like all the characters, but with like all the chess characters, but like as flying red bill characters.
Yeah, all the Red Barrel FRB characters as chess pieces.
I wonder if I can find it.
Oh, we have a chicken appreciator in chat. Daijobu says the character I've had the most fun with so far is chicken. Excellent taste. That's how you can tell a real 100% Orange Juice player.
This is for you, Fly!
Oh jeez. Beginner. Well, I guess if you wanted the game to take the 45 minutes, then well, here we go. I guess beginner downwind.
General Zacian says Shura has some of the best voice lines. Indeed, he has some very great lines.
I really like the one where she's like ba 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 ba.
Indeed, I was thinking about the same one.
Yes. That's one of my favorites as well. Of course, in my brain, it's linked to her just mashing buttons on a controller.
Yeah, exactly. That's the impression I get as well.
Oh, what the heck? I got a scam DM. What do you know?
I think one of my favorite themes in the game that's kind of underrated is Roboball's theme. I didn't realize how good it was until semi-recently.
My favorite theme is Root. And then like a Scramble is the second place.
My favorite is hard to place. I have a hard time deciding between C and Suguri version 2.
Yeah, those are good ones, for sure. Did anyone deck Lucky Sevens? Because it's like absolutely broken in this mode.
Ha! Wasted a 70. Or 68 on that. That means I'm already winning.
Although I noticed that like actually killing people here in this game is pretty hard.
Lucian Rones is pretty good too, Miraglyph.
I just realized that you picked Krilla, and like honestly I feel like that wouldn't be that good of a pick because it's like, well, people can just not land on the traps, right?
You just have to set more traps.
Especially on a giant map like this one, who's gonna like land on the trap?
Oh, the Plushies!
Ah, I played myself.
Right in the drop. Well, the times I won this game was just by killing people with double dice. I feel like it's kind of the... Yeah. Because being able to roll like 11s and stuff is kind of amazing.
Indeed.
Roll a 1 for evade.
I've seen the zero a few times, and there's actually a little secret about the zero, which I won't spoil for those that don't know about it. Dynamis dice is the modifier that's currently being played. It allows you to choose what you roll on the dice. Makes it way more strategic, but turns also take much longer as well.
Probably just your imagination, Laharo.
That's a pretty good way of putting it, Saya.
Me going back to the stream because I actually have no idea what he was talking about.
I didn't catch what Laharo saw, but I think I have an idea of what it was.
Just wait for Flair to cut it out from the VOD, and then no one will know what it is.
Would I do that?
Oh, I saw it. What the heck? It was like a jump scare.
It's Fluffo Popo.
Nice. Short says it seems all the questions have been answered. That just means we need more questions. Any information next Halloween event? That's still a little ways off, I think.
Something pretty scary, potentially involving skeletons.
Hope it will be Operation Halloween so we can mod the pumpkin. Well, also because it's been like 3 years since then or something, so you know. Since like the last Operation Halloween, which kinda... yeah.
We're going to have to deal with the fact that you can click on units to see the unit card now.
What do you mean? There's one on the wiki, right? The pumpkin thing. Epic 9 HP pumpkin with the yeah. I don't know. I guess the other thing is that like, even though Operation Halloween seems more likely to me, just because it seems more likely for me just because it's like the because it's been so long. It's like Trick and Treat is my favorite Halloween event. It's just so good. It's so fun to just be super persistent with someone and go like, give me this candy, give me this candy.
Looks like Miraclit is joining Laharl's delusions. Thinking that they saw something, even though it's all in their heads.
For anyone who didn't get the Lulu ribbon, I guess, in the Bounty Hunter, it's been so long.
Yeah, I never did and I think the first run of the Bounty Hunter's initial run was one of the few events I didn't actually have a chance to clear.
Yeah, me too. I did not get to the mouse thing, whatever. And it's a good thing they made a new way to get it afterwards, but I did not actually get it the first time around.
Yeah, I have Moose now, but I didn't get it initially.
Oh, nice! You got the screenshot of the jump scare in the stream.
Oh, Lahar is having some thunder. Well, here's hoping you won't get any trouble with your internet or electricity.
You've gotten this far, let's hope
Looks like the delusion is spreading.
The wind is farming. Honestly, I feel like maybe the best way to use Roni here would be to actually get people within 1 HP of death and then fight them and then and just like hit them with like a 6 after. Or at least that's what I would do, because I just have an inherent distrust for the wind zone.
I think I've only really managed to use Rone's hyper to good effect once, and every other time I haven't really. Every other time I've played as her, I've either haven't gotten my hyper or not have a good chance to use it.
Something I kind of wish is if it did like a, it'd be kind of cool if it did like a fixed damage, so like you would know how much it would do, so you could like just try to snipe people with it
Fixed
without
damage
killing them.
regardless of how far you move.
Like it'd always do like 3 damage or something, then you could like hit people and you'd be like, you would not accidentally kill them, you know? That'd be cool.
One of the mutators actually makes Furnace Hyper kind of useful. I forget which one it is, but it makes all cards level 1 free to use.
Oh yeah, the ultimate Joker.
That's the one, thank you. It actually becomes pretty decent in that one because you have it's free chip damage.
Well, I feel like always the biggest danger is when you roll like a 6 and you just murder whoever you wanted to kill, so yeah.
Burnet's Hyper is the one that does 1 to 3 damage at random to everybody. You're probably thinking of you mixing it up with Cherry's Hyper?
What? Oh wait, were you not talking about... I thought you were still talking about full speed Oishirone, sorry.
No, I was talking... I was talking about, I was responding to someone in chat about Furnet's Hyper and it being good in Ultimate Joker.
Oh, okay, then. That's true, I guess, yeah. I never thought of using that. I haven't played Ultimate Joker that much either, though. I forget who I did play it. Oh yeah, I remember. I played Fernet Noble, and it was absolutely disgusting. Oh my goodness.
Oh lordy.
You can't lose. It's incredible.
As long as you get good card draw, that is.
That does sound pretty fair.
The 50-star profit from Affluence 4, and how about the 150-star profit?
Free 5 damage, 16x big rockets.
I mean, there's math whose hyper is like totally different because now it just gives her the 1 stat, but it also doesn't cost her stars anymore, so it's like total shift in how it's used and stuff.
Also, Mio's hyper is pretty scary in that one too because it's free.
Oh yeah.
It's a free cross nuke. No, we know.
Yes. Pete's issue.
this game mode consumes all my brain cells.
Yeah. Maybe that's why no one's talking, because they're too busy thinking. This is I don't know. It's like a fun mode, but it's like when I play OJ, I don't really try to play it for like the ultra big brain strategies, and sometimes it kind of burns my existence.
I find some of the most fun moments in OJ come when you embrace the chaos.
This is order mode.
Yeah.
And in a game as chaotic as OJ, isn't that the most chaotic thing of all?
I know another character I found success with was Miyazaki, because you can defend with like low rolls without much trouble.
I like
And
it.
you can land on the homes to get health easier also, which helps.
General Zacian says, I've tried Mio in Joker mode. It's not as good as it seems because you still have to be lined up, and sometimes map works against you. But I guess it's a pretty nice mode for anyone with a cool, expensive hyper.
Yeah, as I said, I found Fernet to benefit a lot from it because normally it's extremely expensive to use, and there are very few situations where you actually get a net gain out of it. Whereas in Joker, it's always a net gain in some form.
I know another one that's really good is Aru, because of the because present for you for free is insane. Yeah, that's about it.
I don't play Aru much, but I'll take your word
Hello,
for it.
Noramaru. And yeah, we are playing on Dynamis dice at the moment.
Yeah, I guess Beginner Town Winter does look like a panel shuffle. Here are the female moments. Unfortunately, you did not account for the passive, I guess.
Get out of here, press. You're done for.
What a misplay, it's unfortunate. Well, for Nath, Ultimate Joker is actually, I would say, pretty good. As
I found it to be really bad actually because her hyper actually has no use.
it does have a use. One attack, one defense is good, and it still gives you a stack of extensions. So I would say it's good.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but at that point, I'd rather just use something like I'm on fire instead.
I mean, you're not getting the defense for that. Plus, plus you get a lot of Pipers in the deck, so yeah.
It definitely has a lot less use compared to normal play where you actually get the massive stat increase.
I would say the other way around. I feel like her hyper in normal games doesn't have that much of a use unless, like, it's only really good in the situation that one target just has a ton of stars, or like the boss or something, and you have to kill them right now or else. Yeah.
I'd say and then the middle ground is co-op where it has the effects that it normally does, but it doesn't drain all of your stars. It just goes to the max amount.
I think she's really good in co-op. Yeah, actually.
Get a good roll against the boss, and you can deal massive damage. I think I remember playing around and having a Nath roll of 15 against the boss.
I remember the first time I rolled a 15 in co-op, it was against the original M10 robot, so it did 1 damage. It was awesome.
Oh boy. Original co-op was jank, but still fun.
The original M10 robot was like, oh my goodness, it had solid witch. It had the imaginary numbers lasted for 2 chapters, I think. The protect lasted for the protect was like every stack of protect would reduce all damage to 1 instead of how it is now, where it's like every like stack is worth 3 damage. Way stronger. Although M10 right now, I feel like M10 got nerfed too much. She's kind of weak right now, but yeah.
I think if we're talking co-op bosses that got hit really hard, poor Star Devour.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely
went
gutted by forced survival.
extremely challenging to pretty much a pushover, which is kind of sad to see because I love Star Devour's design.
Yeah, same. I thought Star Devourer was even fine before any nerfs at all. I feel like she could have been unchanged from before the co-op rework and she would have been fine.
Although I think my favorite boss at the moment has to be Swimming Coach.
I also really like Swimming Coach, yeah. Maybe it's just because it's like anti-attacker meta, but you know, I like it a lot.
I also just love the field music for Whirlpool. It's just so foreboding in the best way possible.
Original Whirlpool, bring it back.
Oh no.
The original M10 boss on Hyper mode was a pretty nice challenge. As Miraclit points out.
Even harder because everyone back then would have very low roll levels because co-op just came out. Like, besides the strength of the boss, it's like everyone else in general was also really weak.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, level 5 roll hypers also. Different times. Very different times.
I still remember the original co-op mode where one of the metas that popped up was 4 Defender Starbreakers.
Wait, what? I've never heard of that one. Like...
Back in the original run of co-op, the boss's health got scaled based on the rolls you picked, and Defender lowered the HP of the boss, so you could have 4 Defenders, which gave it minus 20 health, and then you pick Starbreaker, so you still could deal good damage, and you were also quite tanky.
That's amazing. I always just played Defender Shifa Robot. Because, well, the Shifa Robot has some pretty obvious strengths in co-op. I remember I actually got the 50 chapter victory against the original Jonathan before. It was pretty cool.
Yes, I think I did that. I got that once as well, and it was... Oh boy, he did not mess around then. He still doesn't now, but back then it was like... You really had to be careful.
Because I remember in the original co-op, something that took a lot of games that I lost a lot. Something that made me lose a lot of games was he could use Sealed Guardian and then he could use Delta Field after, and it was like a terror panels. It was on a terror turn. So like at that point you would just be screwed because like you would just roll ones. You would all just roll ones and die to everyone.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Goodness.
Use all your rolls, Chris. I'm getting away.
Yes, the Great Escape.
私を導く一手ダイスの導きのままにこれでご飯食べれるワンワン
Any more questions in the Discord? Feels like they kind of dried up. That's oh well.
They seem to be speculating about the figment of their imagination.
Yeah. Congrats, Miraclet. On the 50th freight escape.
I think I still have like only 1 or 0 raid escapes because I just never use raid to run away from people.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh
I
no,
lost connection to the host. Was it just me?
you left the game.
Sora,
doesn't-
how could you?
I'm still here.
I would prefer it was press instead, but
Well,
just not
man,
my...
this is embarrassing. You leaked the password on stream. Oh no!
Good thing this is the last round.
Yeah, it's the last round, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I want to see someone come in now. It'd be really funny. There's still 1 slot left. It could happen.
This is like, be the first caller and you can join.
I'm honestly really hoping it will happen. Oh, yeah.
Well,
no, the
too
game
late,
is
I
over.
guess.
No.
GG. The timing is pretty good as well. We have only 10 minutes left on the stream.
What a way for the stream to end.
And it's all Sora's fault.
Sora, how
sorry.
could you?
Alright then. Is there any late questions? Otherwise we are going to start wrapping up. We can still talk a little more, but no point starting another match.
Update the scoreboards now. Yes, Sarah's here.
Oh, it's... Hi, Sarah.
Hello. Oh no, already left.
Oh, yeah.
5 seconds of fame.
Infiltrated.
Invaders. It's like when the Harbinger appears.
Yeah, it's like in Knights and Fairies.
Aaron,
Popo
are
joins the
are
game.
You guys still awesome?
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's been nice to see so many people joining the stream and having a nice chat with us. And hopefully you got answers to some of your pressing questions as well. We are going to be having more of these again in the future, so if you think of something that you definitely want to ask this time but just forgot, you can always ask next time. And yeah, I think we are going to have a small indirect next week, so make sure to tune in for that as well when it's announced. And I think that's going to be where we call it for today. Thank you all and see you next time. This video will be also posted on YouTube later. Bye bye.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Bye!
Bye, everyone.